Greetings, everybody, and welcome. Thank you all for coming to join me for some more Tactics Ogre. Let us cling together. It seems a rare thing that I manage to start a stream on time these days, or even stream consistently lately, but here we are. We managed. Yeah, Kev, Undungeon was only a demo. It was only a beta, and I actually ended up I explored a little bit more after the stream, and it turned out I made it almost to the end of the demo. Literally, if I had entered one area and walked through a door, the demo would have ended. Which I regret. I should have done that on stream. I should have gone just a little further. I've been alright, thanks, Lugal. I've just been incredibly busy this past couple of weeks. Owing partly to the state of things in the world, and partly just to the fact that it's been a difficult year for a lot of people. Quite a few people, both in my community and on its periphery, have needed me lately for one reason or another. And
undead warrior.
Nightshade, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome to the Ragtime Lounge. Yeah, no, Kev, it is still in beta. It's not scheduled for retail release until later this year. Before anything else, let me first thank everybody who subscribed during the pre-stream. Let me just give everyone a proper shout-out for that. Sir Blackwolf, Lugal, thank you both for the resubs, and Sir Blackwolf, it looks like you gifted a few subs. Sir Blackwolf, thank you for the gift subs to Maddie Siebes, Nestorados, Shishamaru, and Insane Bob. Really appreciate that. Thank you all so much. No problem, Shishamaru. I know. I'm so sorry that I've been starting so late lately. I just am not allowed to have a sleep schedule. I'm just not. No matter what it is that I do or how hard I try to preserve it, somebody ends up needing me at an hour that requires me to stay up beyond the limits of a consistent sleep schedule. Well, we already did that, Sam. Duke Ronway and Lenar are dead. They were pretty much the law trash. Well, it isn't even really chat, Lugal. It's just the... You know, I'll finish a stream, and then I'll get 5 messages from people saying, hey, do you have a minute after the stream? And, you know, I'll say, possibly, yeah, how urgent is it? And some of them will say not too urgent, in which case I'll say, all right, can I catch you tomorrow in the morning when I wake up? Which usually works okay. But then some of them will say, it's kind of serious. I really need your advice or your support or your assistance or something. And, you know, I don't want to turn my back on those people. I want to help them out in a timely manner if they really need it. So then I end up staying up. Or, as has been the case lately, somebody needs my support with a larger task or a project or something, and I end up spending protracted periods of time over the course of several days advising or supporting them in whatever way they need. So, with all of that going on, in addition to the quota that I still need to meet for my day job, which is something I would very much like to get out of doing, which, you know, I'd like to be able to just stream full-time and not have to worry about that, but... Hey, Astracat! So, with all of that going on, and then just the day-to-day stuff that you have to do as an adult to keep yourself alive, and to keep your home from being overrun by pests and dirt, all the chores and cleaning and cooking and menial stuff, which I have nobody to help with. It's just me living here. I'm on my own. So whenever something needs to get done, there's nobody to do it but me. And that takes up a lot of time too. Like, you'd be surprised how much doing the cooking for the week, how much time that is, and cleaning and chores and grocery shopping and all that stuff. So on top of all the regular stuff that I've had to do, there's just been so much lately. And I always end up trying to fit it into my day wherever I can, and that invariably means, oh hey, I guess I'm staying up till 7 a.m. Well, might as well just power through the rest of the day, I guess. Well, I do, Kev, but I haven't had any work for strategy guides lately. Nothing's been going on. Or, I mean, nothing that I thought I would be useful with. I did actually... Future Press had a couple of projects they were working on that they did offer me opportunities to join in on, but after looking at the projects and the games, I decided that I just wasn't suited for those. And I suggested to them that there would probably be somebody else out there in the community who deserved the opportunity for those games more, and who would probably do a better job. You know, someone who was more familiar. Shishimaru! Shishimaru, thank you so much for the $20 donation. I really appreciate that. Shishimaru, you're gonna make me translate German on stream? You're gonna do this to me? Really? Why, man? Why? Well, Kev, it's not so much that I have a tight schedule, it's... No, Shishimaru, I'm mostly teasing. It's not that I have a tight schedule, Kev. I don't really have any schedule. It's just that I have this huge pile of responsibilities and no particular allocated time during my day to complete them. So then it just becomes a question of, all right, I've got to fit these into my day somehow. I'll just do them one after the other, and it'll end up just taking up my entire day and then some. Shishimaru, let me first deal with this donation. I'm sorry, I don't want to just gloss that over. Thank you so much, Shishimaru, for the $20 donation. Shishimaru sent his message in German, but the basic translation for it is, here's a small donation to help make up for the everyday annoying financial difficulties, and to thank you for the many hours that you've entertained me on YouTube and Twitch. So thank you, Shishimaru. I seriously appreciate that. And I'm happy to be able to provide any kind of entertainment, or really anything that brightens anybody's day in these trying times. I regret, of course, that I can never seem to focus on actually playing the game that's right in front of me. But I always like to take the opportunity to just catch up with everybody in chat before we dive into the game. Goodness knows, I'm bad enough at dividing my attention that if I don't do it now, I'll probably just forget. Well, thank you, Nestorados. Honestly, if I've made even one person's day brighter, then it's been worth the time I spend doing this. So... Kev, there's a very important piece of wisdom I learned very early in life, which has carried me a long way and done me a lot of good, and that is, fake it till you make it. I mean, there are some places where it works better than others. In situations where you actually have to perform, it's not so great, because people can tell immediately if you're faking, but outside of the bedroom, when you're not having an intimate moment with your significant other, it works great. Monotone, you know, everybody says that, and it's a big running joke on my channel at this point, but fake it till you make it, Kev. It basically just means look like you know what you're doing until you figure out what you're doing. Or in this particular case, more relevant to your question, pretend you have energy until you actually do. Besides, Kev, why do you think I drink so much tea? Well, Kev, if it's something that you're really passionate about, but that you suck at, like in my case, being awake, sometimes you have to fake it until you figure out how to do it. Like, sometimes the act of faking it puts you in a position where you get experience learning how to do it the right way. And then you learn how to do it the right way, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm not faking it anymore. Your fiancé drinks tea and coffee mixed together, Insane Bob? Oh, good luck with that relationship, man. No, I do, Mel. I do drink tea because I like it, but... Well, Kev, since your particular comment was about how I sound energetic when I'm tired, the fact of the matter is, even when I am tired, I try my best not to just mope around and be all lethargic, you know? I'm not gonna start a stream and just sit here going, hey guys, I feel like absolute shit. I really wish I weren't streaming right now. All I want to do is go to bed, bury my head under my pillow, and cry about how I'm so tired. But I hope you'll all stick around and listen and be whine about how tired. Like, nobody wants to listen to that. No one wants to hang around and... So, you know, I'm not going to just sit here and mope around because I'm exhausted. Really, the solution I have found to that is... don't stream when you're tired. And that solution is the entire reason why I've been starting streams at all kinds of crazy hours. Sir Black Wolf, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Log. I really appreciate that. So Kev, that's the entire reason why I am now starting a stream at, what, 2 a.m. Central European time, is because I'm not going to just start a stream exhausted and miserable. I want to make sure that I'm properly rested and I can actually be present and at least focus on chat, if not the actual game. But in order to do that, I have to go to bed at like 3 p.m. and get 6 hours of sleep, or 5 hours of sleep in this case, before I start the stream, so... Yeah, maybe there is, Waifung. Maybe there is a market for crappy, depressive, lethargic ASMR streams, but frankly, it's not a market I'm terribly excited to exploit, if I'm honest. Well, Monotone, I consider myself fortunate that I'm not that kind of introvert. I'm the kind of introvert who can happily talk to an empty room. You know, I can happily talk to a microphone in front of my TV in my office. And funny thing you mentioned that, Monotone, because years ago in previous jobs, part of my day-to-day work involved some public speaking. And I used to, at times, speak to fairly large audiences as part of a group that did presentations. So I'm comfortable on a stage in front of a crowd as well, but I prefer nice, quiet, relaxed settings where I can just kind of start a stream in my bathrobe without having put on my clothes for that day, or, you know, after having just gotten out of bed and I've still got bed head, my hair's all over the place and it looks like a bird's nest on top of my head or something. And, you know, it's nice to be able to do that and not have to go to the trouble of putting on a suit and tie and sitting down in front of a face cam. So I get that. Yeah, Nesterados, it probably would. I don't even know why I would subject myself to that, much less all of you, so... But actually, Kev, the truth of the matter is, streaming is, as much as it requires energy from a certain point of view, for me, I also find it invigorating. It's maybe the one area where I can kind of understand extroverts, you know? Because for an extrovert, social interaction invigorates them. It charges their batteries and it fills them with energy. It gives them the fuel they need in order to function properly. And ordinarily for me, social interaction has the opposite effect, right? It's draining, it's exhausting, and I have to budget my energy for it when I know I need to do it. But streaming, for whatever reason, doesn't seem to work that way for me. Just being able to start a stream and know that you guys are all going to show up, or, you know, that my core community, anyway, is going to show up. The people who don't care so much about what game I'm playing, but who are here, you know, more for me than the game. At least that all of you are going to show up. That alone, you know, is gratifying and validating, and it really does give me energy even when I wake up on the wrong side of the bed. And I'm like, man, I'm so tired today. I just want to sleep in. And then I start a stream, and I'm like, oh yeah, everyone's going to be here. I get to hang out with my community. That's cool. I feel more energetic now. Extroverts are social vampires? That's one way of looking at it, Sosuke, and I guess you're not entirely wrong. Yeah, Taco Salad, it's a funny concept, isn't it? Get dressed to stream? Yeah, why do you think I don't use Facecam? Hey, Waltz Queen, welcome. Log, if you're looking for that kind of content, I am going to refer you to Lance McDonald. I'm gonna just give him a shout out. Log, you're gonna want to head on over to his Twitch channel and drop a follow, because he's gonna provide you with probably more than you could ever have imagined of that kind of content. Well, Mel, genuinely, yes, I do. Hey, Tuna, welcome. Well, Insane Bob, that's fine, as long as you don't use Facecam. Monotone ambiverts are people who are kind of a little of both. People with one foot on either side of the line between introvert and extrovert. And apparently that's most people. There have, I guess, been some studies done, some surveys, Monotone, which indicate that people who are either purely an introvert or purely an extrovert are apparently the exception rather than the rule, and that most people are some combination of both. Are ambiverts in one way or another. Well, Log, I wish I could drop all the secret knowledge on you guys. I would love to do that if I could, but... Well, Kev, I mean, sometimes it's kind of fluid. Sometimes you start off more one way, and then as you grow up and get some life experience, you lean the other direction. Face rig and fake face... Well, Artista, I guess you could. Yeah, Monotone, I lean very, very heavily introvert myself. I'm probably 90% introvert and 10% extrovert, which I guess is still technically an ambivert, but... Teutonic wisdom, Brown the Destroyer. You want Teutonic wisdom from somebody who moved away from Germany at the age of 4 and grew up in America. Yeah, let me just help you right out with that. Well, Taco Salad, growing up often has that effect on people. You can hardly be blamed. Mel, I love the way you worded that. Going out into the world and interacting with the creatures in it makes it sound like you're going to a park to feed pigeons. Well, Sam, speedrunning is a lot of work. Learning a run and learning the strats for it is a pretty big commitment. And if you really want to do it, then, you know, you have my support. Props, man. It's very difficult to do, but it's pretty rewarding once you've gotten the feel for it and you can do decent runs fairly consistently. But yeah, Sam, there's a reason why there are entire forums and communities dedicated to speedrunning individual games. Log, I appreciate the offer, but I'm still not going to be in a position to trade secrets for accommodations. Oh, it is, Mel. Okay. Well, Maddie Siebes, I'm pretty sure we're all aware of that, but... I mean, frankly, I'm probably going to be on self-imposed quarantine for the foreseeable future. Because, you know, that's just my everyday lifestyle anyway, frankly. Yeah, Shishimaru, I guess if you think of yourself as the protagonist of your own video game, or I guess really it's more like life is just a gigantic MMO where everybody thinks they're the main character. That wasn't nice, Astrocat. Why would you do that? Oh, Nestorados, that was like... I could feel her excitement. That was palpable. And one right after the other, too. I know. Like, she spent so long practicing so hard for that. She went through so much frustration and so many runs where she got almost there and then lost it during the final boss. But that just makes the payoff so much bigger in the end, you know? Mario Land 1 or 2, Sam? You're talking about the Game Boy game? Mario Land? Thank you, Log. I very much appreciate that. I probably am not going to be traveling for the foreseeable future, unfortunately, due to global circumstances, but... Mario Land 1 for Game Boy. Okay, Sam, that's what I thought you meant. Yeah, I actually own that game, Sam. I don't know where my Game Boy is, and I haven't played it in years, but I do own Mario Land 1. Sam, there are a couple of tricks in Mario Land 1, actually, that I know of because I discovered them by accident, which, in certain cases, allow you to skip entire stages. You probably could already read about them, Sam, but they're kind of glitch-type tricks, where you can walk off of a block without jumping, and if you land on an enemy, like, say you're standing on a block that's, you know, 1 or 2 blocks high, and there's a Goomba walking next to the block. If you walk directly off the block and fall on the Goomba without hitting the jump button, you'll do kind of a glitch bounce off the Goomba or whatever other enemy it is that will catapult you to the top of the screen. And it will put you actually above the level, like up on top of the ceiling, where all of your score and status info is displayed. And if the level has a ceiling, you'll end up standing on the ceiling, and you can just run across the ceiling to get to the end of the level and not have to deal with any of the obstacles. You're thinking world, Monotone. Mario Land 1 for the Game Boy is completely linear. It doesn't have any warp zones or anything. It's just a straight shot from start to finish. No, that's Mario Land 2, Insane Bob. In Mario Land 1, the antagonist is an alien. An alien named Tatanga, I think? If I remember correctly. It's been a while. And then in Mario Land 3, you play as Wario. Mario Land 3, or I believe it was also called Wario Land. That was my favorite game in that series. Because just playing, like, I remember very clearly, in fact, when I first bought Mario Land 3 for the Game Boy, one of the big selling points on the back of the box that they displayed very proudly in big yellow letters was, "Be the bad guy." And it was actually a lot of fun to finally get to play as the bad guy for once in a Nintendo game. Do I think the PS5 is going to be worth getting, Tuna? Well, based on the information we have about it right now, I would say that if you can afford it without bankrupting yourself and starving to death, yes, probably. Yeah, it's called, I think that the main title is Wario Land, Sam, and then as a subtitle, it's Mario Land 3. Yeah, Log, for those games alone, I mean, for some people it'll be worth it. I don't buy consoles for a single game. And if I'm going to buy a console, I want to make sure it's something I will really be able to get my money's worth out of. But since it's a Sony console, and there are going to be probably a lot of good third-party games for it, in addition to the ones that Sony develops and self-publishes, I can't see it not being worth it. Well, Tuna, the exclusives are even more reason to get it. Brown, I believe there are two versions of the PS5, if I remember correctly. I think there's a version which has... I'm trying to remember that there's one version that has some extra feature, and then there's a baseline version that doesn't have that feature. I don't remember even what the feature is. I've already forgotten, but... Nesterados, I don't get excited for games these days. I just... You know, there are games I'm looking forward to playing. There are games I'm interested in, but I haven't gotten excited about a game since I was a young, naive kid and didn't know that the game industry is so good at destroying hopes and dreams. That's what it is, Sam. It's the disk drive. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not terribly fond of the upcharge for a disk drive, Sam. That's not great. But when I think back, we've talked about this too, I think, during a previous stream. When I think back to how expensive the original PS3s were, and it turned out that the reason they were that expensive was because they had extra hardware built into them for backwards compatibility. I can kind of understand why Sony would try to offer a stripped-down version for people who don't care about physical media. I realize, though, Sam, I mean, you and I are people who particularly appreciate physical media and appreciate the fact that you're not guaranteed that you actually own the license to a game in perpetuity unless you have it on a disc. So, Kev, I mean, installing the game on your console helps with load times. But at least with a disc, you can install the game temporarily while you're playing it, then uninstall it when you need to make room for another game, and if you want to come back to it, you can always just reinstall it from the disc. Obviously, the problem with digital is that if they ever take that game down from PSN or Xbox Live or wherever it is that it's hosted, you'd better hope you backed it up somewhere locally, because otherwise, well, you're out of luck. Well, Tuna, it's more Sony is waving their dicks in your face, saying, hey, we want to give you more reasons to buy our consoles. Well, Shishimaru, that's another nice thing about physical games, is that, for the most part, they prevent you from having to create a PSN account. Although, unfortunately, a lot of games nowadays require you to have a PSN account in order to use their online features, which is unfortunate. Anyway, let me try, actually, to play the game a little bit. What did we... Oh, okay, I remember. We had just recruited Obda, Berta, Banga, and Zonga. Got it. I'm gonna try, Kev. I'm genuinely gonna try. Actually, it might be a good idea to catch up on where we are, because I've already forgotten. I swear, I take a couple of days off, and I've lost the plot. Rapprochement with Ravnus. Denim was reunited with Dame Ravnus, who sought to reform Galgastan by leading a revolt against the Hierophant. She informed him of the current state of affairs in Galgastan, and learning that they shared a common goal, Denim asked her to forego their past differences and join him. Okay, we did recruit Ravnus. The Dark Knight Lancelot visited Kachua, who had left the Resistance and returned to her hometown of Goliath. Lancelot informed the frightened Kachua that King Dragalia was her true father. Yeah, Sam, it's understandable after an experience like that you would prefer physical media. Koratane Keep fell. The Liberation Front headquarters at Boad Fortress was captured by the Dark Knights. Dame Ozma and Sir Oz annihilated the Liberation Front forces to the last man, and Abuna Prince once again fell into the hands of the Dark Knights. Okay, so because we weren't there to prevent this from happening, everybody who was there died. Our work is done, Oz. We withdraw. What about the Abuna? They let him away just now, quiet as a church mouse. I have that effect on people, don't I? So it would seem. Come, we've tarried long enough. Because on the neutral route, this is where you kill Oz. We must remove any trace we were here. You, put the torch to this place. While you're at it, make certain we left no survivors. Keep walking. Their leader, my lord. Doesn't know when to die, does she? Go on, kill me. You're in no position to be making requests. She's yours. Enjoy the spoils of war. We'll put her to good use, won't we, boys? Oh, dear. Not this again. Go on and try. Ugh. Always with Japan, this implication. Regent Branton Morn of Heim learned that the resistance forces were steadily growing in number. Panicking at this news, Branton is warned against rash action by the Dark Knight Volok, who is stationed there to watch over him. While fighting the backroom at the Archaeopolis of Rhyme, Denham met the blind swordsman Hobrim. Hobrim asked to join the resistance to exact revenge on the Dark Knights, and Denham welcomed him into their ranks. Okay, so that's that. Galgastani joined the resistance. Former Galgastani soldiers are flocking to the Wallister resistance. Many of them long to end the war that has stretched on for more than 2 years and are eager to prove their mettle against the Backram armies. Amorica Castle has been liberated by resistance forces. High Commander Zabos was slain in the battle. The Galgastani stragglers who had continued fighting the resistance are now no more. This signals the end of the kingdom of Galgastan established by the late Hierophant Barbados. Mel, it's something you see a lot more commonly in Japanese games than in Western games, and it ties in. There are unfortunate cultural reasons why that happens a lot in Japanese games. Go get some rest, Shishimaru. Geez, don't stay up on my account. Kachua's true name is Versalia Oberith. She's sister to Denham. Believing Denham to be her only true kin, she became distraught at the distance that had been growing between them, which she created, and decided to leave the She was so distraught at how much distance there was between them that she decided to put even more distance between them. Upon her return to Goliath, Lancelot informed her she was the daughter of the Dynast King, the Queen's handmaiden Monoflora. She peaced out, and frankly, we don't miss her. Zenobian born in the city of Valna in Karlum, who formerly captained the Holy Knights of New Zenobia. He joined the Wallister resistance. He was garrisoned at Rhyme when the Backram invaded. He fought well. He was overcome by superior numbers. He was not held prisoner in Rhyme with other captured soldiers, and his whereabouts are unknown. Well, I appreciate your sticking around, Shishimaru, but please, don't end up like me. He is more a prophet than a teller of fortunes. He was banished for Zenobia. Backram took him prisoner when they invaded Rhyme. He later escaped with Sir Mirdan and Sir Gildas, but was left grievously wounded. Backram took him prisoner. Okay. Basically the same stuff. He escaped and was reunited with Denham. Alright. Ravnus. She fled to Galgastan to be with her mother. There she worked with enemies of the Hierophant to incite revolution. Denham helped to repel Galgastani forces that pursued her after she freed the Lord of Cortane. Seeking the true nature of the war, she returned to the resistance to help Denham put an end to it. Saria once spread. She freed Abuna Prince from his imprisonment in Heim and spirited him to Bode Fortress. However, the fortress was wiped out by an attack on the Dark Knights. She has not been seen since. Aricel left their ranks to join the New Wallister Alliance. She became a member of the Order of No Quarter when Alliance leader Vice reconciled with Denham. Okay. Waltz Queen, there are reasons. A blind swordsman, Denham went to his aid when he was attacked by Backram forces at Rhyme. He petitioned to join the Order of No Quarter after learning Denham was at war with the Dark Knights. He holds them accountable for his loss of sight and appears to know the Dark Knight Ozma, but will not elaborate on their history. Oh yeah, Junin. What's his deal? A Galgastani from Rhyme who once led the Worm Knights of the Kingdom of Galgastan. As Hierophant Barbados' right hand, he was a principal agent in carrying out the Blood War. He later joined those opposing the Hierophant, troubled by the acts he had been made to commit. After meeting Denham at Brigantis Castle, he saw in him a kindred spirit. Since then, he has fought for the Resistance. After his defeat at the hands of Denham, he was forced to make his way as a bounty hunter. Okay. Balbados. Even fellow Galgastani voiced concern at his high-handed policies, and some even rose against him. This internal strife paved the way for the Wallister resistance to invade Galgastan. The beleaguered Hierophant took his own life when the resistance assailed Cortane Keep. Oh! Okay, Waltz Queen. I did not know your grandmother was named Zenobia. He was freed by the Liberation Front, but then recaptured and taken back to Heim. Monoflora. Bakram, who was mother to Cachua. Cachua was conceived after Monoflora caught the eye of King Dorgaliwa while serving as handmaiden to Queen Vernota. She was forced to flee after incurring the wrath of the Queen. She died after giving birth to Cachua. Queen Vernota is a very angry-looking person. Queen consort to the Dynast King. She was born into House Elchana, and the king took her as his queen upon uniting Valeria under his rule. After learning her handmaiden Monoflora was with child by the king, Vernota had her exiled. She later bore the king a son, but the child perished in an accident. The distraught queen was beset by illness and passed away at the tender age of 30. Oz. A Slorian commander from Gallius, seat of the Holy Lodician Empire and twin brother to Dame Ozma. An expert swordsman receiving top honors from the Zanum Officers Academy. After serving as commander of 3 regiments of the Ganon Division for a number of years, he was assigned to the Dark Knights. His sadistic nature is evident in his actions on the field of battle and in his questioning of prisoners. Huh. Ozma, commander of Gallius. House Glacia, she wields spell and blade with equal skill. She fled from a skirmish with Denim at the Archaeopolis of Rhyme. It seems she recognized the blind swordsman who took part in the battle. Andorus is from Nimaran, a small town in the borderlands of Lotus. The last born of the former Nildame royal house, which once wielded great power throughout the region surrounding the Sea of Lai. He prefers hand-to-hand combat. Oh, High Commander Zabos, right. Yeah, a face only a mother could love. Advanced on Amorca Castle and fought to the bitter end. And that's it. So, I guess we're all caught up now. Yeah, the backstories in this game are quite grim, Nestorados. Because what was she gonna do, Hunter CD? He's the king. Alright, so I guess we need to... We need to go to Phydock. I guess we'll take this path. I don't know how much difference it even makes. Oh, right. Okay, I think this is fine. Stand proud, warriors of Bakram. Our enemy may not wield torches and scythes, but they are a mob. Focus your attacks on their commander and they will wither before us to battle. Boy, wouldn't it be interesting if they actually did what she said and the enemies in this battle only went for Denim? That sure would be fun. Actually, what we're gonna do... We're going to have him buff himself, because that will give him a little bit of extra attack damage. And I want to switch him to AI control. AI... Let me just make sure everyone else is on AI. Yeah, okay. Kev, top 5 tea that I enjoy. I really wish I could answer that, Kev, but there are so many teas I enjoy, I don't think I could give you a top 5. I can give you recommendations for good tea. I mean, I like Japanese green tea, I like black tea, I like oolong tea. Oh, Mirden found a mend leaf. Great. Oh, good, and now we're using it. Fantastic. Way to waste a turn. Yeah, Kev, I really just enjoy all kinds of tea. Avocado leaf herbal, Chopin? I've never heard of that. I'm not sure I'm ready to rush off to try some, but... Wow, alright. Oh, you like the Moroccan mint Nesterados? I'm not too big on flavored teas. There are a couple that I like, but generally I like pure tea, as in tea that, you know, it's just the leaf and it hasn't been flavored with anything. There are exceptions. The Bangkok tea that Harney does, the one that's named after the capital city of Thailand, that's a nice one. That one uses natural flavors, I think. That's green tea with, like, coconut and lemongrass, which is sort of Thai-influenced tea. That one's pretty good. Yeah, Chopin, quite a few of my viewers have told me that they enjoy the Paris blend. Well, Monotone, now's a good time, now that everybody's stuck indoors and you've got time to brew tea. Or more time to brew tea, anyway. Bangkok. B-A-N-G-K-O-K. Kev. Yeah, Hunter, Thailand has always been on the list of countries I'd like to visit someday. There are a lot of things about it that fascinate me, and I've always wanted to check it out. But it'll be a long time before I get to do that at this point. Yeah, those are some of their more popular ones, Monotone. I think a lot of people like those. Good night, Insane Bob. Thank you for joining us. Have a good one. Yeah, so I've heard, Hunter. The food and the culture are two of my main reasons for wanting to visit Thailand. And also just the natural scenery and the architecture. This is one of those maps where there are reinforcements, huh? Seems like no matter how quickly we kill them, more of them just keep showing up. Talk about an uphill battle. Amazing. Good, yeah, let's get rid of those mages. Yeah, you and me both, Log. That's a game I won't be touching again. Granted, my experience with it is somewhat unusual. Mages spamming stun are some of the most annoying. And more reinforcements are showing up. Get out of here. Alright. Yes, let's get rid of that healer. That would be a good idea. Excellent. Okay. Kev, honestly, anything anybody tells you about tea having a calming effect, it's all in your mind. It really is a placebo effect, as far as tea calming you down. Homeopathy is a load of nonsense. So the answer to your question, Kev, is any tea with a flavor or aroma that you enjoy is going to help calm you down. Oh, there we go, finally. Hold the line, hold! Yeah, Kev, that's only because chamomile is a folk remedy. And I mean, it does have a fairly nice, relaxing aroma, but I'm not aware of any actual science behind it as far as calming effects. It doesn't have any sedative components or, you know, narcotic properties or anything. There are decaffeinated teas, Shinichizo, yes. You're certain it was Hoberim? I know who I saw, and a wretched sight he was. Of course, I did not mean to doubt you. You told me he was dead, taken ill in the dungeons of Blandone. Indeed, he was given funerary rites, a meager ceremony befitting a criminal, but even so. So you bore witness to his corpse. Perhaps I was mistaken after all. As I have said, I want to believe you, but I cannot deny what I saw. Not interrupting, am I? A private matter, no concern of yours. Now, Balzaphon, that's no way to speak to the brother of your Oh! Oh, I see what's going on here. Ozma was in love with Hoberim, so Balzaphon got rid of his own brother in order to take Ozma for himself. Brother or no, I am your commander. If you've business with me, I would hear it. Our front line is breached. It's only a matter of time before Fiduk falls. So the Bacrum are not enough to hold them after all. Ozma, take a detachment of men and leave the castle. Oz and I will delay them as long as we can. Oh, am I to flee like the thrush before the storm? Nothing of the sort. You are to guard the High Champion. Of course, he and the princess must be kept safe. You have your orders. Go. As you say, but she's clearly not happy. Ozma will continue this later. And actually, we probably should bring some real units this time. Can't. Woodland is equipped. Kasha is going to be trash. Okay, yeah, I guess Gant and Rudlam. Not a soul, huh? Kalchua, what are you doing here, and what's with those clothes? Coming to my rescue, what a good brother you are. What are you doing? Oh, there you are, Kalchua. Lancelot? It's dangerous here, we're leaving the castle, come with me. If Kalchua were part of this boss fight, I would just kill her. I hate her so much. Everything is in order, my lord. Come, you'd best be on your way. Of course. Ozma awaits you without. Oz and I will handle this. See that you do. Kalchua! You must be Denim. It was an ill turn you did my sister at Rhyme. Yeah, I sure did your sister at Rhyme, Oz. That sure is unfortunate phrasing. We must be going, Kalchua. Good riddance. Yes, Valkyrie Eden, it has 3. The whelp has grown. Let's see how much. Oh, we're fighting Balzaphon. Okay. Oh. Alright. Huh. Volcatus. Anatomy, knockback, and stun proof. Huh. Well, I have got to get me one of these. What about... Oh, he has a glam rock. Kind of a fallen star found on the sky continent of Muspelm. Huh, wonder where we got that name. Everything here is fire elemental, it looks like. No, she's just annoying, Nestorados. She spends the whole game whining about Denim distancing himself from her, and yet she's the one who's constantly trying to distance herself from him. So she's just manufacturing a whole bunch of drama just so that she can get upset for no reason. And she even goes so far as to join your enemy over it. Yeah, Laughing Cat, I don't think the writers took that into account. I like what I see, boy. You're determined with a good eye and a steady sword hand. Not to mention the notches in your blade. To think you've killed my captain, my liege, and all those at Balmamusa. Why, I might even consider letting you minister here in Valeria, in our name, of course. Don't waste your breath telling me of the stains on my shield. I know them all too well. But know that I will not let Lotus take these isles. Her peoples will not abide you. And I see you are at peace with your own baser nature. Marvelous. One could hardly ask for more in a ruler. For who can deceive others who cannot deceive himself? No, we cannot dwell upon our missteps along the path to domination. A bit of repentance, a touch of regret, perhaps. But do not shed a tear for the wretches. Let their wounds weep for them. These things we do are necessary, the pruning of ill-formed branches that our children might enjoy the fruits of our labors, yes? This is the heart of the conqueror. This is you. Balzaphon does have a point. Well, there goes Oz. Oz? This was not supposed to happen. Oh, I guess he's just dead. Fool, you never did know when to retreat, and now it has cost you, as it will cost you, boy. Actually, I think... Ah. I think I might not want to kill him just yet. Actually, I wonder if... I wonder if I can get him to drop his weapon. I had everybody set to AI control Valkyrie Eden, but I'm turning it off because, I don't want to kill these guys just yet. Oh, come on. Ah! I keep forgetting that if you use the chariot when everyone's set to AI, it reverts them to AI if you had to set them to manual. There we go. So what I want to do first is take out some of the other enemies. And I'm going to have to use manual control for this, since my goal is something other than just killing everyone on the map. No, okay. That's not going to happen, I guess. Should be able to reach the golem, though. There we go, yeah. Hello, Xenozyne! Or Xenozine? You'll have to help me with the pronunciation there, I'm sorry. Have I played the 3DO before? No, Kev, I have not. Well, Valkyrie Eden, the original version of this game was on the SNES. What you're looking at right now is a remake of that game for the PSP. A remake from the ground up. So, it was rebuilt on much newer technology, relatively speaking. Canopus is going to need to head on up the stairs, I think. And actually, I should probably have a few people head up the stairs. Oh! Oh, alright. This is what we're doing? Fine. Oh, alright. Let me see if he actually dropped his axe, because if he did, I'll just take this, but if he didn't, I want to see if there's any dialogue. What are you doing here, Hoverim? Come to repay my mercy with murder? That voice! Well met, Balzaphon, though I'm puzzled by this talk of mercy. Was it mercy robbed me of my sight? Mercy that killed our father? You've traveled a long road for your revenge, brother. You question my mercy? In truth, I question it myself. I gave you the chance to begin anew, and you tread the same old tired steps back to where you began. Okay. Alright, let's see if... Yeah, I'm getting that kind of vibe, Mel. Alright. Did Oz drop his weapon? No, he did not. Alright then. I want to get rid of whoever is casting the healing spells. That would be these jerks. Okay, thank you, Xenozyne. Can I just call you Xeno? Does that work a little bit better for you? It'd be a little easier for me, I think. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that will be good then. Okay, that we've already read. The more advanced version of the Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Yeah, I've never played Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced, but I have played the original Final Fantasy Tactics as well as the War of the Lions version. Alright, that's cool. Oh, alright. Yes, that's not happening. There we go. Yeah, Tarek, that's correct. There's a system called the Chariot, which goes by the... Because this game uses a system of tarot cards modeled after the traditional tarot deck. And apparently this system was originally going to be a lot more involved, but they had to cut a bunch of it because I guess they couldn't fit it. But what ended up in the actual game, in the retail version of the game, was that the Chariot Tarot gives you the ability to rewind up to 50 moves during battle. So that's what you're seeing. Well, Valkyrie, the World Tarot, once you get to the end of the main game, because apparently there's a post-game, but I guess you need certain characters alive in order to access the post-game. When you clear the main game, the World Tarot gives you the ability to basically jump back to different points in the story. And if you go back early enough, you can take a different branch of the story path. Tarik, you're asking the wrong person. I can't speak for the developers, and I can't justify why they balanced it that way. It might have, Zeno. You, boy, I owe you thanks for showing such hospitality to my sister. His sister, the Dark Knight, the resemblance is striking. Ah, but how best to thank you? A meal, perhaps? I'm quite the chef, you know. I'll tell you my secret. Preparation is everything. A silver fork, a silver knife. First, I'll cut off both your arms. Run the left through with the fork, the right with the knife, I believe. For the soup, molten lead goes down best. I'll slice your neck and pour it down your throat so there'll be no need for a spoon. Then I think a thin cut of flesh from your back, raw, bleeding. You like steak, no? And next... Enough, Oz! This is no time for your games! What an absolute crazy nut job, this guy. And he steals my items. Well, Shinichizo, I think it might have more to do with the fact that getting items to drop from enemies is random. Yeah, okay, that's not going to happen. And so, because there are so many situations in this game where the RNG is extremely inequitable... Oh, okay, I guess we're not gonna... because there are so many of those situations... It really helps save time to have the ability to re-roll an action or redo an action. Valkyrie, Indra's bow is my favorite. It's very difficult to say if any particular weapon is the best. This could have gone better. Perhaps it's time for a change in tactics. Fleeing, you coward? They say the feeblest hound barks the loudest, and now I see it to be true. I should have your tongue out for that. Oh, he's not gonna run. The thing is, Valkyrie, elemental affinities make a huge difference in battle in this game. And it happens that the Indra's bow is lightning elemental, and the element of that bow causes it to synergize extremely well with several pieces of equipment, as well as one of the bow weapon skills. In order to increase your damage output. Alright. These insufferable mages have plagued us long enough. Oh, and now he's going to steal another item from me. You absolute piece of garbage. Yeah, taco salad, it certainly was, wasn't it? We'll have Ogre eat this. Can I reach? No, I can't. We are going to try to give these guys a turn again, then. Oh, come on. Probably still gonna fail, though. Yep. The RNG in this game is deterministic, so it can be incredibly difficult to get it to cooperate. Hey, Evil Seth, welcome! There we are. Oh, come on. Actually, you know what? I bet... Blink Walk. Oh, even Blink Walk won't get us through that. Alright, fine. Wait a minute, what am I doing? I totally forgot that I can just do this. Shirosuke, if the RNG follows the same pattern, it will always produce the same result, is what that means. So, if you move the same character to the same space 10 times, the same result will occur every time. Like, the attack on that turn will always miss, or it will always do the same amount of damage, that sort of thing. Nope. We'll punch him a little. And we will block him in as well. Oh, okay, I see what's going on here. Grabbing all my cards, huh? Oh, he can use spells. Oh no, whatever will I do? 12 damage, 11, 9, 1. Those will all do 1 damage to him. These will all do too much. And punches do too little. Great. Actually, I wonder if we have any way that we could reduce his HP a little more, because I want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. I want to make sure that there's no dialogue or anything. Ah, perfect. 142 damage. So... Sparks here. That'll only do 1. Alright, never mind then. Spell, Singing Light, Awaken Stone, Cleanse. Yeah, you know, I don't actually have any decent attack spells. Because attack spells have been such garbage up to now. Yeah, this is all indirect. I know, Shinichizo, it's weird, isn't it? Ah. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to do too much to him. The irony is... I am so strong that I'm going to end up killing him if I use a normal attack. Wow, I can't believe that worked on absolutely everybody. Actually, I wonder... 198. Okay, well, I have an idea. Yeah, perfect. Excellent. That should give him just enough HP to survive a flaming blast, and then he'll be at critical HP. There'll be no one to heal him. We've held out as long as we can, Oz. Go on, Balzaphon, I will buy you time. And throw away your own life in the bargain? I won't allow it. Oh, okay, well, he says he won't allow it, and then he just flees anyway. Alright, we'll give Balzaphon, or, we'll give Oz one more turn. Okay. Alright, now let's see if we can actually get... because that dialogue wasn't really terribly important. Let's see if we can get his weapon. Hagia Knight's Mark. Huh. Okay. So now I'm going to have to, because the game uses deterministic RNG, I'm going to have to move Mirrodin to different spaces to kill Oz. Wormscale sleeves and a Hagia Knight's Mark. Because moving to different spaces changes the item that Oz will drop. That's what deterministic RNG means. Only the Hagia Knight's Mark that time. Oh, come on. Really? Although I am glad that he's consistently dropping items rather than cards. Another, just the Hagia Knight's Mark. I wonder if he even can drop the weapon. He should be able to. All the other ones have. Oh, see, we got a card that time. Now we have to, because we've run out of spaces we can use, now we have to try with Gamp. Now he dropped a card that time. Okay, he dropped an item that time, which turned out to be his gloves. And this time it is an alluring corset? Why did he have that? Never mind, actually. I don't want to know. All I want is his weapon. A Hagia Knight's Mark and the alluring corset again. Oh boy. Well, Zeno, it's interesting you mentioned that because that idea has been explored in video games already, ironically. Or an idea very much like it. Ever played Sword Art Online? Oh, he... Okay. He got mad, I guess, that he couldn't counterattack, and so he hit Denim instead. I didn't know that could happen. Oh, okay, Kev. Well, I mean, the point still stands one way or the other. Alright, come on. Please, all I want is this weapon. Hagia Knight's Mark and alluring boots. I have a feeling I'm not going to get the weapon, and I should probably just take the boots. Alright then. You've wounded my flesh and spat upon my honor this day, wretch of Goliath. I leave you with your worthless life, Hobrim, but it will not be so next we meet. Oh, he gets away no matter what, then. Hold, Belzephon! Last. Well, I hope the alluring corset was worth it. Why, Kachua? Why? Why do you have to be such a drama queen? Well, Zeno, some people do, yeah. I may deceive others, but never myself. Though at times the temptation is all too great. I guess we can put this here. Well, not so much plot armor, Nestoratos, but...
The Bakram reeled as rumor after rumor flooded in following the fall of Phaidot Castle. The leader of their enemy, a youth scarce old enough to shave. Their own Abuna Branton, a man unworthy of their trust. The Dark Knights routed in the field of battle. But above all else, the news that King Dorgalawa's daughter still lived. In their desperation, the people wept. They yearned for a righteous leader, a savior to bring them prosperity. The Lady Kashua was the answer to their prayers. Lancelot Tartaros, mouthpiece of the Holy Lodician Empire, recognized Kashua as the rightful heir to the Valerian throne. The quarrel over succession was officially laid to rest. By Lancelot's accounting, this prior unrest, as he named it, stemmed not from a deep-rooted divide between clans, but instead from the misdeeds of a handful of power-hungry men. The history books would speak of no great Valerian war. Yet only the landed and the nobility paid any service to Lancelot's tale. For those who resented the ascendancy of the Bakram, words made a poor salve. The wounds they had suffered would not heal without further bloodshed. So it was that while the lie of the battlefield changed, the war raged on. What had once been seen as a clash of clans became a rift between rulers and the ruled, a struggle to break free from the yoke of oppression.
Oh, there's Gamp. Huh, you still live. Hi, Yami. No, this is the 4th chapter. Yeah, Taco Salad, there's that. You certainly would need something to remind you, hey, you're not in actual reality right now. Please go eat. Roland Knight, this is the same Chapter 4 opening cutscene so far, anyway, as in the neutral path. Huh, you still live. Leave us. Another uprising. Companies to the high roads. Can you hear that, Knight of Zenobia? It is only a matter of time before you fall. Lancelot got it pretty bad. Who rules in Valeria is a trifling matter. You of all people must understand this. Need more men, nearly enough. Lothlorien. Not be able, quell this uprising. Let me guess, unable to stem the tide that rises from the hamlets and villages? Perhaps we ask too much of the Backroom soldiers. They are not the soldiers we are, you know, or the men. Always binding people to your will, fettering them lest they show signs of free thought. Perhaps therein lies your problem. They ask for a stern hand to rule them. They ask? You're mad. Wow, who could have imagined? The people are so ignorant and stupid, they want a demagogue to rally behind. You have it wrong. It is the world that is mad. Tell me, how many of these peasants would even lift a hand to better their lot were they given a chance? Zeno, the idea of jailbroken VR is genuinely frightening to me. How many would bloody their hands, risk their necks, walk without leaning upon another? Think back to your own uprising. Where were the people for whom you shed blood? I believe here he's talking about the uprising in Zenobia, which created the Kingdom of New Zenobia. No, Roland Knight, I don't believe they're related. They just happen to have the same first name, and they appear to be rivals, and they clearly, in terms of the story, symbolize opposite ideals. Safe at their hearths, grousing that more was not done for them. Times were hard, they had all they could do to keep themselves fed. Nonsense. They chose to be victims. See, Lancelot Tartaros, the Dark Knight Lancelot, is totally that guy who tries to tell you that poor people are poor by choice. They're only poor because they choose to be. They could be rich if they wanted to. They just choose not to. They think that only from without the castle walls may one voice discontent, not realizing that the quickest way to the throne is a knife to the king's ribs. You have both your eyes, and yet you see less clearly than I do. Possibly, Zeno, possibly. Sorry, everyone, bear with me for a moment. A bug just flew past my TV and where it went. I can catch it and get rid of it so that it doesn't distract me the whole damn street. I think I found it. I can go get rid of it and I will be right back. Sorry about that. All right. The problem with streaming in Germany during the summer. I might be the only person in this entire country who has screens on his windows. And even still, bugs somehow figure out how to get in. And then once they're in, they spend all their damn time trying to figure out how to get back out again. Make up your damn minds, insects. True freedom is not granted from above, it is won from below. And yet the commons look without for a savior, even as they claim sovereignty over their own fate. They wait and they wait for this savior, never taking that first step towards saving themselves. Man is not so slothful a creature as that. They merely lack our strength. You are much too pure of heart, holy knight. The people have no need of dreams. We give them all they need. Well, Zeno, that's all fine and dandy until you wake up in the middle of the night with a spider crawling over your face. It's happened to me on more than one occasion. The spiders I don't kill, I just kick them back outside. I've tried leaving spiders that have made nests or made webs in the corners of my room. Like, I've tried experimenting with that, actually, to see if they catch any bugs. In the corner of my room, I have a lamp, which is fairly bright, it has a shade over it, so most of the direct light from it ends up hitting the ceiling directly above it in the very corner of the room. And spiders have built webs there once or twice over the years. But after leaving those spiders alone and keeping an eye on their webs, they never seem to catch anything. All the insects that get in just fly around in front of my TV or my computer monitors. They never go to the corners of the room where the spider webs are. So the spiders are useless. You know, like, I can't even keep a spider in the house to deal with the bugs. Because the bugs just go, lol, nah. And what is that, pray tell? A strong, unwavering ruler. Yeah, Tariq, but I would see bug carapaces and exoskeletons underneath the web if the spiders were catching anything. And there haven't been. It's just nothing has, the spiders just weren't catching anything. So it was like, well, great. Appreciate the effort, but... Yeah, Waltz Queen, it's a slippery slope. Oh, yeah, Shinichi, so that's another reason I don't feel like letting spiders in. Or letting them stay once they're in. Spiders I don't generally kill, I just put them back outside, but... I don't know why I even bother at this point, because they certainly aren't any help inside. Zeno, if I had seen anything like that even once, I would have been more inclined to leave the spiders where they were. But I'm pretty sure the spiders are just trying to catch a free ride through the winter in my apartment, because they sure haven't been doing any work to catch bugs. You are mad! All men are born with a terrible burden upon their hearts, this insatiable yearning for pleasure. They do not hesitate to take the lives of others if it would better their own. And yet even these base creatures can know guilt. So what do they do? They turn it round. This is not my fault, man says. The world has failed me. Someone must bring order to the chaos. Make Valeria great again. If the commons want to pursue their pleasure, let them do it in our service under our rule. You call this rule, this trampling underfoot of all who disagree with you? We trample no one. All we do is reach beneath the suppurating flesh of this world and wrench out the source of its ailment. No, as the body strives to mend itself, so does the heart. These people you so despise may one day astonish you with their valor. You have far too much faith in the creature called man, knight. People are drawn to power, drawn towards safety. They will betray even their most beloved to obtain it. Kashua, come. He says by way of example. Kashua, what are you doing here? Allow me to introduce you to your liege, knight. For this girl is none other than the gift left us by Dinas King Norgalua, the Princess Versalia, rightful ruler of Valeria. What? As you say, the Bakram are not long for this world. But with the princess in our hands, Valeria will beg to serve under Lotus. Kashua, how? Is this true? I loved Denim as my brother. I loved him. But he was no brother to me. He abandoned me, and now I him. Oh, boo freaking who, Kashua. You couldn't deal with not having his undivided attention, So you made a big stink about it and created all this drama. Kachua, now you're even dressing like an emo edgelord. Look at you, Kachua. You're not a princess, you're a child. Though it pains me to part with the man who took my eye, I see no need to further torment the vanquished. Wait! Farewell, Knight of Zenobia. The princess has not been seen since the ceremony. Not even the officers among the backroom know her whereabouts, and the regent has lent his spies to the search. I see no other explanation but that the princess has sided with the Dark Knights. Then the rift between Branton and Tartaros widens. What word of the Dark Knights? Most remain garrisoned in Heim, but many of their commanders, including Tartarus, are conspicuously absent. Perhaps this is why the backroom do not move against us. What could they be scheming? You asked me to search for the Holy Knight of Zenobia. Yes, have you heard something? A confession wrung from a scullery maid. It seems that the Holy Knight languishes in the dungeon below Heim Castle. So he lives. Yes, but under such a guard that not even the backroom are allowed near. I was unable to mark him with my own eyes. Still, you have done much. Go, rest. By your leave, Commander. Kachua! Commander, should we not move our forces on Heim? Not as yet. It'd be rash indeed to strike without first knowing the Dark Knight's purpose. Yes, but the more time that passes before we strike, the weaker we become. Have you forgotten the way the men speak of the princess? Soldiers in your own ranks weep aloud at the thought of lifting a sword against Norgalia's blood. I know. All the more reason not to act in haste. A report, sir. What is it? The soldiers at Brigantis have taken hostages and hold up inside the castle. What's this? What are their demands? Our surrender to the backrooms, sir. After all the fighting we've been through? Not bloody likely. So the Order of Philaha joins the fray. Their followers among the soldiers were many, were they not? Aye, and their influence has only grown since the princess's appearance. Not a situation we are like to change. The princess's arrival was for many the advent of a savior. Add to this the fact that the late Dynast King was a fervent follower of Philaha. How natural for these new converts to rekindle his cry for accord and seek to abandon the fight. What will you do? I see no other choice but to meet with these followers of Philaha and speak with them. Out of the question, it's too dangerous, Commander. Not if I go alone and unarmed. They will hear me out. Hey, Blah, welcome! So, this is where... This is where we actually have to do what Denim says. Well, Zenazine, depending on how you handle it, a lot can go wrong. But if you handle it correctly, a lot can go right. Actually, we probably also should read the new stuff this chapter. Ozma and Balzaphon. Fight Castle was soon to fall to the resistance. Meanwhile, the Dark Knight Ozma questioned Balzaphon about the blind swordsman she'd seen at Rhyme. The resistance assailed the disorganized backroom and Dark Knight forces, successfully storming Fight Castle. During the battle, Denim came face to face with Kachua, who had revealed what a stupid, poo-poo head drama queen she was. Pumpkin's Petalin Patch. Oh, this, Good news for collectors of trinkets and treasures. We've had the good fortune of running into a charming young shopkeeper named Pumpkin, who stocks all manner of rare curiosities. She peddles her wares as she travels the lands. So we've already done that quest, thank goodness. Order of Filaha. Okay. A rift in the Dark Knights. There have been rumors of discord between the Backroom and Dark Knights, and now it seems there is internal strife in the Dark Knights as well. A Backroom soldier revealed he saw Dark Knight commanders quarreling in Barnesia Castle. The details of the dispute are not known, but over the past weeks, the Dark Knights have been linked to dishonorable acts, such as the massacre at Rhyme and the fall of Phydock Castle. The Dark Knights may be looking for a scapegoat on which to lay blame, but thus far they've remained silent on the matter. And then, of course, there is Port Omish, the Den of Thieves, which is now basically a pirate haven. Yes, you know, there are definitely those who would try. Kachua was seen in the company of Lancelot Tartaros when the Resistance assaulted Phydock Castle, is now thought to be with the Dark Knights. The Dark Knight Balzaphon. He and Sir Oz were routed by the Resistance at Phydock Castle. He died battling Denim with the Dark Knight Balzaphon at Phydock. Okay, I guess that's it then. Yeah, who would have guessed, Shinichi Zo? Couldn't have seen it coming. Let's see. So what we need to do here is unequip Denim of everything. Oh. Okay, never mind. That's not this. I guess there was another battle. All right, then. My boots popular with the more adventurous, can only be worn by men, huh? Charm-proof. Alright. Oh, right, we have to... Okay. Yes, Kev, because my PS TV is jailbroken. But even before that, I was using a... Yeah, I was using a splitter to get rid of the HDCP. You have to specifically, Kev, you have to specifically find a splitter that is advertised for that purpose. I have looked forward to our meeting, Denim of Goliath. You will pay for your crimes against Galgastan with your life. right, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. 52 months. My God, man. Thank you. And thank you for the emote. It's a time-consuming process, Kev. It took an entire afternoon. But as long as you're capable of following basic instructions, then yes, it's fairly simple. There we go. Oh, no, Kev, you don't have to open it up at all. It's all done through software. All you need is a local area connection and an FTP program on your PC. You can just use FileZilla, Kev. FileZilla is all you need. Because you end up doing some code injection via FTP, but all of that is done over an Ethernet cable. You don't have to actually open up your PS TV to do it. Honestly, Kev, finding a splitter is still easier if all you want to do is get rid of the HDCP signal so that you can stream from your PS TV. Yeah, Zenazine, there are some slightly more unusual strategies you can use in this game that don't seem to exist in Final Fantasy Tactics. Or at least that aren't as easy to do. The bastards killed me! Oh, well, rip. Yeah, Waltz Queen, that's an element which Final Fantasy Tactics borrowed. Yeah, I wish I knew what to tell you there, Kev. It really, to some extent, depends on your setup and what other equipment you're using. Alright, actually... Change classes to Templar, huh? Who even... Who even can use the Hagia Knight class marks, I wonder? Nobody I have. It must just be Ozma. Alright, so now what we want to do is unequip Denim of everything. And I believe, if I remember correctly, we have to go this way, because this is the front entrance. And we send Denim alone and unarmed, just as he suggested. And by doing that, I believe we can bypass the battle here. Not a step farther. State your business. Only the faithful are permitted within. Don't you recognize me? I've come for an audience with your high priest. I don't much care for your tone. Steady there, that's Denim of Goliath you're talking to. What? I am unarmed. I mean no ill will. I'll be the judge of that. How do I know you don't have half a dozen soldiers with you? Use your eyes, idiot. Leave off. Sir Denim isn't the sort to lie to us. Oh God, Mel, why? Why must you curse us? Leave off. Sir Denim isn't the sort to lie to us. I knew you were always there, man. A grave insult. Enough. Sheathe your swords. Yeah, these hypocrites. Oh, only the faithful are here. Oh, look at me. I'm so faithful. I'm gonna kill someone out of pettiness and spite. You too. I am Olivia, a Sibyl of the Order here. You wish to meet with our leader, Abena. Come this way. What did you say? Abena? Yes, your father is here. I don't understand. Please, we must hurry. There isn't much time. What do you mean? Hey, Underhill, welcome. How are you doing? The great Father Philaha calls him to his side. I'm sorry, Denim. What? When we discovered him in the corpse vale near Heim, he lacked even the strength to stand. What place is this vale? It is a small cavern where those afflicted with incurable disease or plague are kept. Plague? We did all we could to save him, but his condition only worsens. The Dark Knights had a hand in this, didn't they? He was tortured, yes, and made to quaff a vile draught meant to loosen the lips and the mind. Father, let us go. Yeah, it's almost like all that praying didn't do him any good. Maybe you should have tried, you know, medicine. I'm alright, thanks, Underhill. It's been a busy couple of weeks, but it's finally starting to calm down a little bit. Father, it is I, Denim. Ah, Denim, you've come at last. There is something I must tell you. I am not your father. Oh, it's about my sister, isn't it? Kachua is not your sister, as you know. She is the last remnant of Dorgalia's line, the Princess Versalia Oberith. In the neutral path, Denim is surprised by this because he hasn't been told yet by this point. Kachua's mother was one of the Queen's handmaidens, a girl named Monoflora. Okay, take it easy, Nestorados. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good one. You wanted to speak with me? What of? I was hoping, Your Highness, that I might be granted a short leave. I am dismayed. Do you not know you're the only one in this castle to whom I can confide my heart, Monoflora? The more your betrayal cuts to the quick. Did you think me blind? Forgive me! You can see Monoflora actually quivering there. Her sprite moves from side to side. I should have known that a king risen from the peasantry would prefer a simple country girl. Your forgiveness, I beg you! Forgive you? I might as soon strangle you, You will serve me for the rest of your days, Monoflora. Do you understand? My slave till you die. Wait, surely you are not with child? She gave birth to Kachua not long after departing the castle. Which means, how could the queen have not seen that she was pregnant? I have not, Roland Knight. I don't think I've even heard of it. How is Monoflora? Dead. I feared as much. The strain was too much for her delicate heart to bear. So that is Versalia. Is that to be her name, Versalia? It was His Highness's wish to have his daughter named so. We should tell him. He will want to know. Have you not heard? Queen Vernata will bear her own child a month hence. No, it is best that only you and I know of this. Then what should I do with the child? Keep her. You lost a child recently. Kachua, was it? Raise this one in her stead. Yeah, just replace your dead baby with this one. It's fine. As my own flesh and blood? Yes, for her sake and the good of Valeria. But how? I am sure you will find a way. I have something for you. Take these necklaces. They should fetch a good price. What? Where are these from? They were a gift from His Highness to celebrate the birth of his child. He intended that the blue be given to a prince, the red to a princess. But I could not sell these. You will need money if you're to raise a child, and a princess besides. You and I both grew up commons. You know what it is to need, what we must do. Give it no more thought, Prancet. This is the only way. But Branton deceived me. He used his knowledge of Monoflora and the girl to advance his position within the church. Who could have predicted? I erred, Denham, when the king passed away. Had I only offered up Kachua then, this war might never have come to pass. But I couldn't let her go. When I heard her call me father, I could not take that away from her, or her from me. I had no idea. The Dark Knights have searched long and hard for Kachua, but not to make her sovereign of Valeria. They pursue another purpose. You know this purpose? Yes, her crowning ceremony was for show. They don't want her upon a throne, they want King Dorgalia's legacy. What legacy? Some sort of artifact? I do not know what it is, only that it rests with the king. Now that they have Kachua, they seek the tomb. And my sister knows where it is? No, she knows nothing. Yet her role is vital. Only one who shares the Dynast King's blood can undo the seal upon the tomb. They're using her. Yes, and when she has fulfilled her purpose, they'll... Father, you must rest. Listen to me, Denham. You must save Kachua. You are the only one who can. You can lead her to her rightful destiny. Do this for us, for Valeria. Father. Find Ruva. He was once Archirus in our order. He can help you. Say no more, Father. You must conserve your strength. No, it is not about you. Become a stone along the path to our salvation. You must look with clear eyes, Denham. Make the right choice. Lead us along the true path. Make our way. Do this. Only this. You mustn't talk. You must rest. We must draw this scene out even more. Denham, forgive me. Father! Father! There is something else you must know. Can it not wait? No. It concerns you and the Regent, Branton. What? He and your father were siblings, true brothers by blood. Branton's my uncle? Then who am I? Your true name is Denham Morn. You are Backram. That's madness! I won't believe it! This is supposed to be a huge revelation for Denham because up to now he thought he was part of the Wallister clan. So this is like being raised to the age of 19 with your parents telling you that you're... I don't know, let's say that you're Hispanic, and then finding out, no, actually, you're some combination of South African nationalities that just happens to make you look Hispanic, and you're a completely different race than you thought you were. So that's why he's freaking out. Me, Backram? Please, good sir, calm, think back. When you were quite young, you resided with Abena Prancet in the royal city of Heim. Sybil, you lie! I wish it were so, but I speak true. As a child, you oft played on the grounds of, Archirus Mruva's villa. Stop this, please! Denham, violence against women is not helping here. This girl has done nothing to warrant you grabbing her by the throat. You spent your days in play with Mruva's 4 daughters there. Go on. You were closest to the girl who shared your birth year. One day, as you played by the water, this girl wandered too deep and began to drown. How do you know that? But that was my sister who was drowning. No, she saved me, I remember. In her struggling, the girl struck her head, leaving a small scar. It was you? It was my eldest sister, Saria, who fished us out. How is this possible? I am the daughter of Mruva, who was once Archirus of Filaha. Yami, I can't be bothered to explain the plot of a Shakespearean tragedy. If you want to listen to Shakespeare, go read it yourself. I cannot. You can. You must, Denham. You are who you were born to be. Now stand, Denham. What you are, who you are, has no bearing on who you will become. Surely you did not dream of a kingdom for one people only. Remember your father's words. Yes, it's as you say. It does not matter who I am. It matters only how I live, what I achieve. Thank you, Sybil Olivia. I am pleased. You are the Denham I remember. Let us find your father, Olivia. Have you any idea where he might be? Perhaps he lost his faith. What's that? It may seem odd, but as you rise in the ranks of the church, your duties become less of faith and more of politics. Boy, is that ever true. They're statues, Evil Seth. Men like Balbados and Branton are such. Their power as regent or steward becomes more important than their devotion. I watched as my father dirtied his own hands, full aware of what he did. After Dorgalua passed away, my father lost in a struggle for power with Branton, and so lost his rank as Archirus. But though he could now return to his faith, free from political machinations, he was not pleased. That is when my sisters left. They could not accept that he had changed, that faith and politics are links of a single chain. The teachings of God are a compass needle for the righteous man, a way for all to live in peace and happiness. Throw yourself into the maelstrom that is governance. As long as you follow the teachings, your course will be true. But my father? My father lost his faith. He set out upon the same path as Branton before him. So perhaps he is left to find his faith once more? It is possible. The temple to Filaha is in Heim, but he could not have returned there. Then where could he have gone? I've not heard of any other temple to Filaha in these isles. My father once spoke to me of an ancient shrine, a Hagia on Banamuba. We might start there. I can think of no other course of action. To Banamuba then, Denham. What accidental incest, Yami? Or are you talking about the accidental incest in Shakespeare? Sybil Olivia, whom Denham met at Brigantis Castle, was the daughter of Archirus Muva, former head of the Order of Philaha. She told Denham of the secret past between his father Prancet and Regent Brandon Morn. Oh, nothing here. Ah, okay. Mount Hedon and Hagia Banamuba. Actually, we could also go to Port Omish, which I think we should probably... Oh? Okay. I didn't realize you could get into a battle on the same space. Ah! And I'm also going to have to re-equip Denham. Before I forget. Goodness sake! Now everyone wants a piece of me. All right, thank you, Yami. Thanks for caring. So Sir Lancelot has not yet returned. Let us hope he is all right. You should get some rest. Your wounds have yet to fully mend. I'm fine. I think I've staved off death another day. Sir Warren, there was something I wanted to ask you. This has the sound of something serious. Why did you come to our isles? The real reason. Why do you want to know? If your ends are the same as Lotus, I would ask you to return to Zenobia. I have no wish to fight you. If you've another purpose here, perhaps I can help. I already told you we were banished. The truth, Warren. Very well, the truth then. I don't know why Warren even bothers. We are here on an errand for our king, but I assure you we have no designs on Valeria. Our true purpose is quite different. We will return as swift as possible, Majesty. This banishment was a necessary evil. Fool a friend to fool a foe, or so they say. We deserve no less. The safekeeping of the blade was our sworn duty. On the honor of the Holy Knights, we will return Brynhild to its rightful place. Whatever Lotus's reason for taking the blade, it belongs here. See it done, Lancelot. Your Majesty. Brynhild, all this intrigue over a sword? No ordinary sword. It is said that he who wields Brynhild wields a conduit to the wisdom of the gods and to their wrath. I cannot vouch for the legend, but regardless, the sword is an ancient Zenobian heirloom. We must retrieve it at any cost. And it was the Dark Knights who stole it. Quite right. We were convinced they had taken the sword to Lotus, yet all the while it was in Valeria. Did they bring it here as mere subterfuge, or for some deeper purpose? We must find out. I mislike the sound of that cough. You had better rest now. Think no more on the sword. We will find it, and when we do, it will be safe. I've no doubt of that, Denham. Thank you. That is what I have read, Rowan Cleric, yes. I have read that, the director of this game based its events very heavily on that particular period in history. Okay, now we can re-equip Denham. And now we can head over to Omish. right. I think this should do. By Philaha, did you truly see it? What did the monster do next? Would I lie to a pretty lass like you? Sirens, leviathans, any man of the sea worth his salt's seen one. You find one who says he hasn't, he's no man of the sea. He's a landlubber without spine or spirit. You say so. I suppose you're different? You have to find out for yourself. I've no engagements later this evening. Ah ha 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 ha. On with the game. Who throws the bones next? Why not drink with us, lass? We've plenty of coin and far less hot wind than you'll get from between his wilting whiskers. Look in a mirror before you talk of wilting whiskers. All the coin in the world won't get me one step closer to the table with you. You even know who you're talking to? Might I venture a guess? You're a street louse with horns on his head. A milker of cows, perhaps. You'd call the pirate Ragnar a street louse? Oh no, look, everyone's running away. Oh. Gotta despawn all these NPCs so we can make room for the combatants. Really? Zweihander Steve? Did he? I didn't realize. I'll have to look up his biography. Also, hello Clockwork, welcome. Don't apologize for being late. He basically means street trash, Yami. Then you do not deny you are a milker of cows, yes? I knew it by the vacant look in your eyes. You pirates are ever so. All whey and no cream. Ah ha ha. You scrawny little... Sheathe your sword, lest you care to see blood. And who are you? Is this town filled with insolent wretches? What? You're but a child who plays at soldiers from the look. I know that one. He's been fighting the backroom, he has. Captain, that's the one they call the hero of Goliath. You don't say. Our tide's coming in, boys. Grab the child. We'll hand him over to the backroom, then find some wenches who will take our coin. This guy sure is willing to scrape the bottom of the battle. Not afraid of blood, apparently. Let's show them some. Storyteller, I have an eye for a sword arm, and I doubt yours will need any help in this fight. Watch as the handsome lad steals my thunder. Diego may be a man of the sea, but he can hold his own on shifting deck or solid ground. During the previous playthrough, Mel, yes. Interesting, Steve. Then I will have to do a little bit of further research to corroborate that. I mean, I guess I wouldn't be terribly surprised if Matsuno had that background, but... Can we reach... Blast it. So, Olivia needs to be on AI control. Pretty sure everybody else is on AI control. Yami, it's probably just made-up colloquialisms. I don't think they base this on any actual mariner's jargon. Also, remember that this game was localized from Japanese, and Japan isn't actually... They're not exactly known as a country of seafarers in terms of piracy. Fishermen, yes, but not so much in the context of yar har fiddle-dee-dee. Watch it, old man. You'd best not be planning to steal our booty. I thought stealing was your job, pirate. Rest easy, I've no interest in the squabbles of boys. Boys, curse your sandy pie hole. I'll kill you and the Resistance brat both. Wind and bluster seems to be your idiom. Take what you want, kill who you dislike. That's the pirate's way, no? But don't make the mistake of thinking me an easy mark. Let's see what you've got. Careful what you ask for. I did properly equip him, I think, right? Oh, okay. No, I guess he has default equipment for this battle. On doing what, Evil Seth? Well, there he goes. Mama always told me only go for the low-hanging fruit and girls. Well, look how that worked out for you. Oh, gotcha, Evil Seth. Yeah, it's not great. It'd be nice if it were a little more transparent. Waltz Queen, I'm not 100% sure what he meant by low-hanging girls, but if my guess is correct, I'm not sure I like it. Sorry, can I help you? Don't waste your time, boy. Throw him a crust of bread and you'll never see the end of him. You're the storyteller from the market square. Sorry. I'll bet you're wondering, how can he drink in front of them starving kids? What I want to know is, would drinking elsewhere change anything? It won't fill their bellies, that's for sure. This is the bottom of the cask, boy. Lees and dregs. Got our share of refugees too, thanks to you and your kind. You're suggesting I drove those children here? Refugees don't grow on trees. But don't you worry none, just keep on with your resisting and we'll find a way to feed them. Or not. I'm not averting my eyes from the truth. I know what I've done and why. There's a leader of the Resistance for you. More noble words in one breath than most men say in a year. Pay no mind to a scoundrel like me. I know my place. Hadn't you best be off? I'm sure a man like you's got plenty needs doing. I was just thinking what a shame it is that a sword arm like yours languishes in a town like this. Yeah, Yami, funny thing, that's what happened to me. I spent all that time in college and it all ended up going to waste. What the? Where do you think you're going? He's not well. A visit from an old comrade in arms might boost his spirits then. Comrade in arms, ha! If only you carved a foe half as well as you carve a pumpkin. Should I carve you for that? Or I should carve you for that. You certainly have the name for it, cantaloupe. You poor dear, how are you? Canopus, the name's Canopus. Oh, I think he's asleep. Rise and shine, Warren. Quiet, he needs his rest. Don't be silly. Why cling to that frail old body when there are so many others to be had? Not everyone changes bodies at the first sign of a wrinkle. This is the body I was born into, thank you very much. And who has wrinkles? Huh, I have boots with less leather. Dear God, these two are like an old married couple. You're looking a little gray in the plumage yourself. You leave my plumage out of this. Oh, you're cute when you're angry. I'm beginning to think Warren is the lucky one here. Must have ruffled his feathers. Get well soon, old friend. Yeah, believe it or not, Yami, I've wasted enough time in college that I now know 3 professions I can't spend the rest of my life in because I'd go crazy. No, Yami, believe it or not. Wait, you're Denim. What are you doing here? I might ask the same of you. What are the backroom about? You want to know? You'll have to beat it from me. Offer accepted. You wish, Kev. Yami, you speak almost as though you've had a similar experience recently. Well, Waltz Queen, if it's any consolation, it's highly unlikely that you and your coworker will end up competing for the same position. And even though you might not have the best grades, Waltz Queen, that doesn't necessarily mean that you won't still be able to find a job in that field. Do not despair. In my entire life, Waltz Queen, I have yet to use any of my college experience for anything. Every little bit of it was... I mean, at best, it just gave me knowledge that I can use as trivia or interesting things to discuss on stream. College is not the only road forward, Waltz Queen. Ah, gotcha, Yami. Oh, well, Zeno, it sounds like you might have gotten the better end of that deal. I mean, depression sucks. And I hope you're feeling better now. I hope you were able to, get to a better place. But you're after Mruva too, aren't you? Waste of time. Too late. Our friends have him by now. But, yeah, Zeno, I'm glad you at least managed to get your degree out of it, despite the circumstances. Oh, gotcha, Waltz Queen, gotcha. Fair enough, yes. For certain professions, you definitely do need the degree. You abandon your post and go over to the enemy? Do you know what this means? Balzaphon admitted to the lie. You heard him, Volek. It's his brother, after all. Balzaphon has shown poor judgment, but who are we to find fault? Men are governed by passion. Rules and reason are not enough to bind them. He played me for a fool. To say nothing of my parents, House Glacius, even Lotus. I know, but the High Champion's orders are quite clear. He's to be charged for his crimes after his return to Lotus. Do you not think the High Champion knew of all this? He and Balzaphon keep close counsel. I cannot believe he knew nothing of Hoberim. Speak no more, Ozma. Return with me to the High Champion. For my sake, if not your own. I can't go back. Not like this. Ozma! Leave Ozma to me. You're to return to Heim and make a full report to the High Commander. Sir. Okay, well... the seeds have been planted. That is also a good point, Nate. Well, congratulations, Zeno. I'm really glad you were able to get yourself to that point. I've been there myself, and I know firsthand it's not an easy road, but... you deserve to be happy, and I have great respect for you for the effort that it sounds as though you put in to pulling yourself out of that pit. I don't know how much difference this will make, since it sounds like you're already doing better, but... for what it's worth, please accept this.
Lord Wind's blessing upon thee.
And welcome to the Ragtime Lounge. Ha! Waltz Queen, I figured somebody else would be after it. But, yeah, I hope that helps at least bring you a little bit of cheer to your day. Zeno. Yeah, sorry, Waltz Queen. Sorry, Mel. Sorry, not sorry. Actually, though, guys... my sleep schedule has been very disrupted lately, and although it's only been a few hours, I'm already starting to feel very fatigued, and I think I need to go get some rest. So, short though it's been, and much though I apologize for it, I think I'm going to call it here for today. I really want to try and get myself back on track. So we're going to go raid Aobi, who is playing some Quantum Break, which is a very interesting game by... Remedy, and I will catch all of you tomorrow. I'm so sorry, Nightshade Ninja, I know. I really want to try and get myself back on a decent sleep schedule, though. And hopefully I'll be able to start a little bit earlier tomorrow and stream longer, as usual. I just need to get myself back in the swing of things now that life has calmed down a little bit. So thank you all so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow. Good night, everybody!